You felt it too, haven't you? That quiet ache that doesn't speak but lingers. That sudden wave of presence when you least expect it. He thought he could forget. He thought he could move on. But there's a truth unraveling inside him now, and it has your name written all over it. The angels say, this isn't ordinary longing. It's soul recognition. You awakened something he wasn't ready for. And now, no matter where he goes, your essence follows him. He didn't plan this. He had ideas about who he should love, what he should want. But you were never part of the plan. You were the disruption, the sacred interruption. And it shook him. Because the light you carry isn't loud, it's the kind that illuminates quietly, until everything else feels dull by comparison. You didn't chase him. You didn't try to fit in. You just were. And that's what broke through every wall he built. The angels whisper, he still hears your laugh in the silence. Still replays that look you gave him when he tried to hide what he felt. This isn't about nostalgia. It's a reckoning. He's starting to realize, you were the beginning of his real story. And every attempt to love someone else feels like writing on top of a truth that won't fade. There's something sacred growing inside him. Something he never let himself feel until you came along. You opened a door. And even if he walks away, the room you revealed will never vanish. For the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. Romans 11 verse 29, he doesn't show it, but inside he's at war. You touched something ancient in him, something buried beneath layers of survival, pride, and inherited silence. This isn't about you not being enough. It's about everything he's afraid to feel. The angels say, he learned early that emotion was a sign of weakness. That love makes you lose control. That vulnerability is a wound waiting to reopen. So when your light touched his shadows, he recoiled. He wanted to let you in. But the moment you looked at him as if you saw more, as if you understood, it terrified him. Because he didn't know how to be seen and still feel safe. There are memories he doesn't share. Moments when he reached for love and met with absence. Times he risked his heart and was met with silence. You remind him of what he desires most and fears most deeply, to be truly chosen. So he runs. Not from you, but from the version of himself that believes he's worthy of this love. You didn't break him. You revealed where he's still broken. And now when he stares at your photo longer than he should, when he almost texts you but doesn't, it's not rejection. It's resistance. The angels whisper, he's trying to unlearn his own armor. Not because of pressure, but because your energy is undoing what pain built. Don't blame yourself for his silence. His heart is awakening, but awakenings come with tremors. You are not here to save him. You are here to stay lit. The angels lean in and remind you, you can love without losing yourself. You can care deeply and still choose yourself first. This is not selfishness, it's sacred preservation. You see, every time you wait in silence, hoping he'll return differently. Every time you diminish your own needs to keep the energy flowing. You forget the truth. Your light is not a transaction. He was drawn to you because of your glow, not your sacrifice. The angels say, your soul came here to hold space, not to shrink. You are not responsible for his journey. You are responsible for staying whole while he finds his way. Let him stumble. Let him ache. If he is meant to rise, your presence will guide, but not at the cost of your spirit. You've already done enough. Don't confuse love with endurance. Don't wear patience like a badge that proves your worth. Your peace is precious. Protect it. Let this be the season where you remember your magic, not the kind that waits in silence, but the kind that walks in beauty, even when unseen. He feels your withdrawal. He senses your shift. And that might be what finally awakens him. Because your self-love is the mirror he needs, not your saving. The angels whisper, she doesn't need to be chosen. She already is. He wanted to love someone easy. Someone who wouldn't require him to see himself. But then you walked in, and everything started reflecting back. The angels say, you are not just a woman to him. You are a mirror. And mirrors are not always comfortable. Every time you loved him without needing to control. Every time you held space instead of giving answers. You made him face the parts of himself he kept hidden from the world, and from his own heart. Your presence is quiet, but fierce. It speaks in frequencies his soul understands, but his mind resists. He looks at you and sees possibility, and that terrifies him more than failure. Because with you, he cannot perform. He cannot hide behind roles or distractions. With you, he has to feel. The angels whisper, she made him remember. What tenderness feels like. What honesty demands. And now, he avoids the places where your memory lingers, because those places echo with truths he isn't ready to hold. But you are not responsible for the way he handles his reflection. You are not the wound, you are the light that revealed where healing still needs to happen. Let him run. Let him wrestle. Because the truth is, he can't unsee what you showed him. And in the end he will return, not because you waited, but because he's finally strong enough to face the mirror. He doesn't say it. But something is shifting. The way he pauses mid-thought when your name comes up. The way his voice softens when he talks about the past. The angels say, the heart awakens not with thunder, but with tremors. You might not see grand gestures yet. But the silence between you has changed tone. There is now a softness, where there once was resistance. He's beginning to feel again. And with it comes confusion, because how do you return to a life that made sense before her? You awakened the sacred. Not with pressure, not with plans, but with presence. And now, the armor he once wore like a second skin? It's cracking. Memories of your touch, your laughter, your stillness, they return at odd hours and leave him breathless. He doesn't yet know how to reach out. But he's remembering how it felt to be seen by you. And in that remembering, something ancient is stirring. The angels say, she didn't just touch his heart. She stirred his calling. This is the beginning. Of his undoing. Of his becoming. He walks slower now. Thinks deeper. Sleeps lighter. And even when he tries to escape this awakening, he finds you in the dream. You were running, and I was chasing. But now, beloved soul, he's the one searching for the light. He comes close, then disappears. One day he's warm. The next, a shadow. You wonder, is it love, or just confusion? The angels speak gently. He isn't playing with your heart, he's battling his own. What you see is inconsistency, is a soul cracking open. What you feel as abandonment, is fear dressed in silence. Every time he steps toward you, something stirs in him, not just desire, but a haunting sense that this is different. Permanent. Divine. And then, like clockwork, he recoils. Because to love you means to leave behind everything that made him feel safe in half versions of himself. The angels say, he returns not because he's uncertain, but because your presence is the only place that ever felt like home. This isn't a game. It's a loop of growth and fear, of wanting and doubting. Let go of the need to make sense of his rhythm. It's not logic that drives him. It's your energy. Your absence teaches him just as much as your presence does. Your silence resonates louder than his words ever could. He feels you, even when he pretends not to. This isn't rejection. It's surrender, learning how to let love in without losing himself. And when the cycle breaks, it won't be because he figured it out. It'll be because he stopped running from what was always real. There's a reason he can't forget you. Even after distance. Even after denial. The angels say, your love didn't demand, it healed. And that's the kind of love the soul remembers. He may not express it in words. He may never admit it out loud. But the truth is, your presence wrapped around his wounds like balm. You didn't just see him. You felt him. You reached out to the version of him he tried to silence. The younger, hurting self still hiding beneath strength and sarcasm. And for the first time in a long while, he felt safe. Not because life was perfect, but because you didn't ask him to be. The angels whisper, she didn't try to fix him. She loved him while he was becoming. He thinks of you in the quiet moments, when the world stops demanding and all that's left is breath and memory. He remembers how your hands held more softness than he thought he deserved. He remembers how your silence conveyed, you are enough. And slowly, your love is unraveling every lie he believed about his own worth. This is not ordinary affection. This is soul medicine. And even in your absence, the healing continues. Because true love doesn't just hold. It restores. And darling soul, he's being rebuilt with every echo of your grace. There is a plan. Even when the path twists in silence and the answers seem distant. The angels are drawing near now, not with noise, but with understanding. They say, what feels delayed is not denied, only divinely timed. He doesn't know it yet, but he's being guided back. Not to the version of love he once knew, but to the kind that heals lifetimes. And you, beloved soul, are part of that map. Your name was written beside his before either of you knew how to pray. This isn't about making sense. It's about surrendering to the steps. Each delay has softened pride. Each silence has deepened truth. The angels whisper, even his detours are being used. Even your tears were counted. He was not ready when you came, but you planted eternity in his spirit. And now heaven is aligning what earth tried to scatter. There's a stillness inside him now. A listening. He feels pulled by something he can't name, but your energy walks beside it. When he dreams, your voice is there. When he doubts, your memory speaks louder than fear. And so, without understanding why, he'll find himself drawn to places where you once stood. This is the divine unfolding. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. There's a trembling in his chest he can't name. And it started the moment he realized. You saw through him. The angels say, he never meant to feel this much. But when your soul touched his, something ancient opened, and now he's exposed. He hides it well. With smiles, with distance, with silence. But beneath it all, he is soft. Terrified. And longing for a love he's convinced he doesn't deserve. You think he's cold. But it's not indifference, it's defense. Because to love you fully would mean being known fully. And that is his greatest fear. The angels whisper, she saw him naked without undressing him. And that kind of seeing? It shakes a man to the bone. He wants to say it, that he misses you, that you changed him. But the words get caught behind years of not knowing how to ask for what he needs. He's not afraid of you. He's afraid of how you make him feel. Afraid of what parts of himself he'd have to let die just to love you right. Still, he watches. He aches. He rewrites messages and deletes them before sending them. And all the while, the angels are by his side, nudging him gently, whispering she is safe. She is real. Let love be louder than fear. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Psalm 34 verse 18. You were never meant to chase. You were meant to receive. The angels gather now, wings hushed, presence tender. They say, what is yours already recognizes you. You don't need to perform, plead, or prove. Let go. Not of him, but of the idea that love only arrives when it is forced. He may come. He may not. But either way, you are not unloved. The truth is, some souls take longer to rise. Not because they don't feel, but because they feel too much. And you, with your depth, your softness, your unwavering spirit, you ignited a becoming he wasn't prepared to hold. The angels whisper, she was never the storm. She was the lighthouse. Accept that. Accept that your love was a gift, not a hook. Accept that you are worthy now, not later. You did not imagine it. You did not exaggerate it. You were chosen, to awaken, not to wait. So breathe. Let the divine finish what it started. Let grace do what striving never could. You do not need to be understood to be holy. You do not need closure to be complete. And if he returns, it will not be because you chased. It will be because his soul finally caught up to your frequency. The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. Exodus 14 verse 14.